I heard this almighty yell in the donut and looked out the window and saw this chap carrying on, obviously coming back to college and greeting friends and, the yelp of pleasure seeing people. Turned out that I've been married to him for 37 years now and have been going out prior to that for 6 years from the second week of my college experience. But my first memory, I was allocated, I was one of 3 girls, and my group were the second group of girls into college. The year previous, 1973, was the first year of girls in college. So I didn't have to break the ice, so to speak, but I was one of the first of 3 girls who actually were allocated rooms on the inside of the donut. All the other girls were cloistered away in the West Wing. But
I think I went through 3 colleges, Whitley, Queen and Trinity, and come out from Trinity Grammar. They say, yes, please come. I say, how many girls? They say, 3. Out of, I think they have 196 boys or something like that. I say, no way. And Queen, they say, no girls. And Whitley, they say 36 girls. I say, how many boys? They say, probably about 80 boys. I say, done deal. The best thing was, while I was studying here, I was working part-time in the city in a top restaurant, and I can get discount liquor. So it was a very good time.
Right. Some things don't change.
You've got to remember, we didn't have mobile phones, we didn't have computers, we didn't have email. So what was memorable for us was we used to have a phone here at the bottom of the stairs. So if anybody outside the college wanted to call you or contact you, somebody walking past would have to answer that phone, go upstairs, write on your door the message, and that may or may not happen and the detail may or may not be correct. So I was the social secretary in 1986, which was great fun. We'd come up with all the common room dance themes and we'd have, so much fun. I mean, I almost failed my course because I was putting more effort into the social events than I was to my studies. And also, we were back in the days when interior design and engineers, we'd have to use drafting boards. We didn't have computer-aided design, so we were on drafting boards and we had a common room, we had a room set aside up there. We all had our little drafting boards in there and we'd do our work that way, our study that way, and that was great fun. But the highlight for me was when we organised the Whitley College Ball, and we had the people on the committee, and Megan over here is on the committee with me. We decided we really wanted hunters and collectors to play at our ball. And we had to stretch the money to make that happen. So we were lucky enough that one of the students here, her uncle was the mayor at the Coburg Town Hall. So we got a really good price on the hall, which meant we could put the money into the band. So we had this fantastic event with 600 people.
One thing that really stuck into my mind was when we used to have hall, after hall they'd bring out these little cartons of milk, and there was only about 30 cartons of milk for the 100 students, and everyone would scramble and do a rugby scrum trying to get the carton of milk. And I remember we had a college swap one day, and a friend from St Mary's came and said, do you know what, if you ever want milk, you can come to my college. You can have as much milk as you like. Yeah. And I just remember like lots of meeting beautiful friendships that have gone last long. I met my husband here, and my best friend and his best friend were best man and matron of honour at our wedding, and still friends today. Yeah.
My name's Kylie. I was here from 92 to 94, so Sally and I are from the same hometown, and she came a few years after me. I think my biggest memory was for anyone who was here with Dr. Roos, he would say Latin grace for every high tea. So grace was always in Latin, and we turned up in our Aki gowns, and so that's a very long-term memory. And also the people returning from Norton's a little bit happier, standing in the middle of the courtyard and yelling out at the top of their voices, and I'm sure that's probably still a memory for many people today.
I was a country student as well, and it was just a real home away from home.